Good morning, everybody. How are you? Easter Monday, bank holiday, more sunshine. This is really quite amazing, isn't it? All this lovely sunshine. Vitamin D, as much as you can get into you. All good, all good. I did promise yesterday this was just going to be a quick witter today, and it is. Because I'm in the process of doing all sorts of lovely stuff in the cupboard, and I want to get cracking at that a bit more today. Plus, you've probably all had enough of me recently anyway. You've got loads of stuff to be doing. Masses of homework. Right, okay, so what we're going to do was we finished off, didn't we, hopefully, that one, which I decided was a bit of a, the checked one. We did that yesterday, didn't we? So that was block number 13. So, right, so we're on to block 14. Now, as I said, I'm going to carry this on up till about probably 25 blocks, because then we can have a nice big square one, or you could have two smaller ones, or you could do whatever, or pick and choose and just have one quilt out of it. So your choice. I'm just going to keep carrying on. But what I thought might be nice is that we have a couple of more traditional, I want to say simpler, but more simplistic looking blocks within, because you've got an awful lot of stuff going on with some of them. And they're really quite busy, lots of colour, lots of intricacies going on. So my challenge for you today, for your block number 14, is actually dig out whatever your block number 1 was. Well, mine happened to be a star. Okay, because the very first one I started with, because I really didn't have a clue what I was going to be doing at that point. I still don't have much of a clue, in truth. But what we're going to do today is we're going to pick out whatever your number 1 was, because that was your favourite block to make, okay, at 12.5 inch, ready for a 12-inch finish. And I want you to repeat that, but what I want you to do is, wherever you've got a light fabric, I want you to put a dark, and wherever you've got a dark fabric, I want you to put a light. So in effect, you're going to get a reverse effect within your block. And this will really show you how colour placement changes things, I'm hoping. Okay, if you've got like a medium tone, well, leave it as a medium tone, that's fine, but use different fabrics. Don't use the same fabrics to reverse, okay, other than your 2 tie fabrics. Mine will be in there again, but my tie ones will, mine is in the centre and on the outside edge, so I'm going to bring them into the points, and have a different dark in the middle and something light around the outside. I tell you why, because my one tie colour, the pale blue, I'm actually getting through that at quite a rate of knots, so I need to actually ease up on that a little bit and save a little bit so that I can put in all the blocks. What I'll probably do is introduce another pale blue in, and then that can continue if I do run out. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So that is your challenge for the day, is a repeat of whatever your number 1 block was, but I want you to use your colours and your fabric placement in a different manner. So you're reversing darks with lights, okay? See what we get from that. I think that's a nice simple one for today. Okay, there we are. Now, I didn't do double snuggle for the last few days, so I really ought to catch up on double snuggle for those of you that are out there. Okay, so I believe we're on block, I want to say number 11 with double snuggle, which is this one. All of those curves, look at them. You can swear at me lots, I don't mind. If you don't love curves, that's actually going to be quite daunting, all right? But you take your time, all right? And it's 4 squares in effect, so you're going to do a square, all right? So just the one area, okay? And then it's just a bit to a bit, a bit to a bit, a bit. So it's in strips, but they just happen to be curve strips. Okay, so you do your curve, your curve, your curve, and then you put the one to the one to the one to the one. Now, I do mine by using an awful lot of pins. Curves scare the hell out of a lot of people. That's fair enough if you don't want to play curves, or if you've not got a lot of time to practice curves, then I can understand it totally, because they can be a bit daunting. So what I did, because I am aware of a couple of ladies in my classes that we were making this quilt, and I knew that there's no way in a million years they were going to do curves, no matter how nicely I spoke to them or cajoled them or did whatever. It wasn't going to happen. So I developed a different design to fill in this block, which is all straight lines. It's intricate, but it's based on exactly the same. Wherever I've got a curved line, I've straightened it. So in effect, you've got pretty much the same design, but it looks so different. It's actually worth having a little nose, because it is so different just from changing a curve to a straight line. Quite amazing, really. So you've got a choice. But if you go over, the patterns for these are on my blog on abbyann.com. Okay, so as I keep saying, you're going to need to go back through the archives. And you want block number 11, and again that was probably December, January-ish, somewhere just gone. Go into the archive sections, pull through, you'll find it, hopefully. I believe there's a bit of a query on blocks 9 and 10 as you're not being able to download them, so at some point I will get onto the computer and see can I work that out for you. I'm not at all sure what that's all about, so I need a quiet 10 minutes when I've got a brain cell that's actually functioning to sort that out for you. Okay, but anyway, so don't let this stop you. Hopefully block number 11, off you go. Loads of curves, very scary, or not, as the case may be. Okay, so that's that one. Right, there we are. So what else we got? We've got, I put beach huts up behind me today because it's a nice sunny day, and I thought, oh, do you know what, it would be nice if we could go to the beach, but we can't go to the beach, we're not allowed, which is, again, quite rightly so. So I thought, no, beach huts. I originally made that one, I don't know if you can see, it's a length of 3 there, a good few years ago now, on a very horrible wet February day, and it was really miserable, and I'm like, oh, it was quite depressing. So I thought, do something happy, cheer yourself up. So I did beach huts, and I absolutely adore this one. It goes to a lot of the shows for me. You may well have seen it around the place. It's done in what I call reverse plique, a form of reverse plique. All right, so it's by machine, so we layer things up, machine into it, and chop away. All sorts of names for it out there. All sorts of people lay claim to all sorts of things. As I say, there's nothing new in this world. I just happen to have taken this particular technique to an absolute extreme. I've written a book on it and all sorts of things. Yeah, called Pile and Plunder, because you pile up your layers and you plunder them. That was my logic behind that one, but then, yeah, my logic's a bit different from everyone else, I think. So anyway, so we've got beach huts. So that's available as a pattern if you fancied a little go. All right, and I was also reminded over the weekend of my Jolly Dragon pattern. Can you see him? He's my Jolly Welsh Dragon. I can't show you the actual thing though, because he lives in Wales with Julia from Crosspatch. Those of you that know Crosspatch, Julia Roworth, she's usually over on Hachanda. No, not Hachanda, she's Create and Craft. Busy doing, and around the shows she always has my Jolly Dragon on her display there. So he lives in Wales with Julia, but I do have the patterns available if anybody fancies a little go at that one. Somebody ordered one over the weekend, and I thought that's rather nice. She's going to make that for her husband, I think. I don't know. I may have that wrong. Have I given something away there? I don't know. Anyway, so there we are. So we got Jolly Dragons and we got beach huts, and they're both available over on my shop on abbyann.com if you fancy a little go at either one of those. All right, so that's all I'm going to say today, other than the usual get up, walk around, not too much sewing, 20 minutes ish or at a time. Turn your machines off, don't burn the bulbs and things out, the motors and that, they don't need it, it doesn't help them. Okay, so your exercise, do all your bits, keep you nice and relaxed. All right, tidying, if you've not done any tidying, I intend having a good go this afternoon, because I think I can clear the bulk of this now. I'm seeing the light of day over behind you, which is quite amazing. So that'd be good. I'm gonna have a look at that. And then what's the other? Oh, of course, have you all spoken to your friends? Have you sent them a LaTeX just to say hello? You know, we FaceTime, we can do all sorts of lovely things, can't we? Talk to people all around the world. Fantastic, it really is. Hello Laura, hello Jack, all over the place. I get to talk to all these people that maybe I couldn't otherwise. I think it's fabulous. So do stay in touch with all your friends, especially anybody you know is on their own. Little phone call, that's a good thing. As I say, postcards if you happen to have a post box outside your gate like we do, which is quite handy. But do say hello, be lovely to everybody. All right, have a happy day.